This is. Have you ever heard of Billy Meier?
No.
No. Okay. Now this is a story that I know back in the day a lot of people knew about this guy, and a lot of people thought he was just fucking crazy. He's a guy with I think he sixth grade education level, and he fought in the French Foreign Legion. He lost his arm when he was fighting, and this footage up here. This is footage that he recorded. This is back in the 70s, early 80s.
So this is actually this is his camera. He recorded this.
Yeah. Now I remember this because, like I said, this was from late 70s, early 80s. And he's got really detailed photos too, because he's recording on an 8mm camera. So you see there, the spacecraft just disappears.
Right. So this is him here, I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, that's not the guy actually.
Oh, okay, that's what the interviewer, I guess.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
And anyways, the interesting thing about this guy is, I remember when I first heard about it, again, years ago, I thought he was completely just like a wacko, right? Just looking for publicity and stuff. And especially when I heard that he had I forgot how many books he released, but he released all these books about this. I thought, oh, he's just selling books to make, to get rich. Then I find out he's not selling the books. He's just giving it away. So I actually got copies of his books and I started reading it. And what I was amazed about is that the books sometimes talk about the technology, but what they really talk about is, again, the more like the spiritual aspect. And that's him over there. He's sitting, you see, with that beard.
Right.
Yeah, he lost the left
Oh,
arm.
no, I'm assuming that's the camera he recorded on, since he's showing it off.
Yeah. So he's showing the photos. And, of course, when I saw the video footage that he recorded, I thought right away... sorry, I'm eating peanuts and I'm choking on them. I thought to myself, no, it just looks fake. He literally looks like a little model he put on a string.
A little bit, yeah. In that video, at least, yeah, a little bit.
And it's bobbing around, right? And I thought, well, that just looks cheap. I mean, real UFO would just be like the stories, right, that I heard. Which is, or what we're, I guess, used to, seeing in Hollywood films, right? They move with precision and all that stuff. Well, what's interesting is he always said, he was early on, this is not something, again, he, got affected or inspired by some Hollywood film, because, again, he went against all those, I guess, persona, all those, what do you call it? What do you say it when you somebody creates when Hollywood creates a certain image or expectations? Yeah, so he basically went against all these expectations of what people expected to see based on Hollywood films, and a lot of it was. And that's maybe the reason why I didn't believe in the story first. But I gotta tell you, the older I get, the more I believe in them. Simply because, well, first of all, a lot of the stuff that he's talked about, and even the footage that he's shown and all that stuff, it actually seems to line up with what other people have said. Some other very, very also smart people. That I also, back in the day, maybe I didn't necessarily believe him. I know you mentioned to me before we were recording about Bob Lazar, right? Yeah. Yeah, look at this. And there's a few other clips that this guy recorded where it goes behind the big trees and all that stuff. And I also used to think okay, it's just swinging on a string or something. But it kind of, but you know what though? When I was a kid, I actually went and I tried to replicate that. I had built a little disc, attached it to a string. It's not that easy to do, and especially to do it back in those days, how this guy did it. His one arm, And it's just the thing. Now, could it be faked? Of course it could be faked. You know, especially now with computer graphics, all of this stuff could be faked. A lot harder, way harder, especially for somebody like him, you know, who doesn't have like cinema training or anything like that, to do it, you know, back in the day.